This is a massive week for the market, and I want to go through the events that are happening. I'm going to keep it really short, but stay through to the end because there is a video that I'm going to be posting later that I'll give you access to on the end screen in case you want to watch it early. And I think it's a really valuable video. Now, this week is massive for the market. We have so many big companies announcing earnings. We have a lot of big economic events, and a week after this week, I believe it is, we have CPI, and then a week after that, we have the next Fed meeting. So this is what's happening this week. We have kind of a quiet day on Monday. This is the biggest week in the market, really, but we just have a couple big companies like Logitech, but Tuesday is where we really kick off. UPS in the morning. Really, people look at this to see what are Americans buying, what is the world buying, what are people transacting with right now, and how many packages are they bringing? This is kind of a good gauge for the economy. If UPS is growing, that means that people are probably buying more things. Then we have GM. This will give a little bit of clarity on the big automakers outside of Tesla, right? Tesla is growing so much, but what's GM seeing? Are they seeing people buy new cars still, or are they seeing a decline? Coca-Cola, generally a very cautious business, a very steady business. People still buy Coke at the stores no matter what. We have 3M, JetBlue, some other big companies as well. Then after close, we have some of the big tech companies, Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa, Spotify. These, obviously, Microsoft and Alphabet are going to be huge. Microsoft typically grows very consistently, a very sticky business. Alphabet is a little bit more a lot more ad-based, obviously, but they do have the cloud as well. So people will be able to see, was it just Snapchat that reported bad earnings, or is it all of all these different advertising companies? Then we have Boeing, Waste Management on Wednesday, Kraft Heinz, a couple other big companies, but then we have Meta, Ford, Teladoc. These are pretty big companies, really well-known companies, especially with Teladoc being a big retail favorite, but Meta just been beaten down like crazy. Is it really only worth a 10 PE ratio, or are they going to start growing users? They're already in so many different households. We saw Snapchat actually have their revenue per user go down year over year, which was really negative, caused Meta to fall down pretty drastically. And then Thursday, we do have Shopify, McDonald's, Caterpillar, Southwest, MasterCard, handful of big companies before the bell, but then Apple and Amazon after. Obviously, two of the biggest companies out there. This is really the biggest week for earnings, like I said. And then we actually have some big economic events as well. So this is on investing.com in case anyone wants to take a look. I don't have any affiliation with them, but a lot of people ask what websites I'm using. We have new home sales, September. It's expected to go down about 20% since last month. A lot of people looking at home sales thinking that the market's going to crash. And if we see new home sales go down, obviously it will indicate that the market's going to soften up a little bit, especially with interest rates rising so much. But I would expect a little bit of a decline anyways, month to month, because we are going from from back in August to September. Less people move really in the fall after the school year started. Then we have core durable good orders. We have GDP on Thursday. This is going to be huge with last quarter coming in negative. This is coming in at a forecast of 2.1%. People are expecting us to go back to positive GDP. If it doesn't, they'll obviously hurt the markets a lot, or possibly it'll be a reverse psychology. Hey, we have 3 negative GDP quarters. The Fed can't continue to raise rates, that kind of thing. Maybe it will bring down inflation at that point, people will be thinking. Then we have core PCE on Friday, which is generally what the Fed likes to look at in terms of inflation. They don't really look at the CPI as much as they do the PCE. Pending home sales also on Friday, expecting to go down 5% since last month. Obviously a big week. Check out this video here on the end screen that I haven't posted yet to the channel.